What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Saladino Show. I am your host, Joey Saladino, and we're gonna get right into the political news today. So first thing I want to start with, I want to talk about a lot of trolls, a lot of haters came to this channel because of something that happened. The moderators were banning trolls in the comments, and it turns out someone got banned that brought a lot of attention to this channel, and then started kind of like almost like a little war going back and forth. I don't remember the guy's name. He does earthquake videos. So I invited him on here to talk about how, because he hates me, this guy. He hates me beyond belief. I invited him to come on the show to talk about why he hates me and move on past that. He declined the interview. So I'm just letting you guys know that. He supports Right Side Broadcasting. So, I thank him for that. And I want him to come on here because I don't want his views on me, on the Joey Salads persona with pranks and social experiments to affect your views on this channel and this show, because it's totally two different things, two separate entities. This, I'm just talking about the news, talking some truth. My videos are dumb pranks most of the time, so you can't really compare the two. And if you want to have that preconceived notion of me before coming in here, you can, but at least listen to the show first and then draw your own conclusions whether you want to watch this show or not. But first off, we have California wants to secede. There's groups calling for to make California its own nation, and they're total idiots. But I want to go down the list on what will happen if California secedes. So if California secedes, America's probably going to destroy it with trade to try to force it to come back together. It probably will never secede, but I hope it does, because California, for the most part, LA is filled with a bunch of liberal hippies. But if that does happen and America doesn't kill it with trade to bring it back, this is what will happen. This will be their liberal utopia. First thing will happen, everybody with money will flee the new country automatically and go to America, because there's going to be increased taxes all across the board. Income tax, sales tax, everything's going to go up. We all know that. It will become an even bigger welfare state. So everyone with money is going to leave. But they're, those Hollywood celebrities, they might stay, but their money will be in America, but they'll stay in California just to hold up appearances. Next, they will leave their borders wide open, because that's what they believe in, right? So now you're going to have all of Latin America, Mexico, everywhere from the south of us is going to come flooding up into California to get off all the welfare benefits, draining the new country. All the money leaves, Latin America comes up and drains it. Next thing that's going to happen is the libtards, they're going to get rid of freedom of speech. Freedom of speech will be over, because whatever classifies as hate speech will become illegal. That's what they believe in. When you have an overwhelming majority of the population believing in that, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you speak out against anything, you'll go to jail. Next will happen, there'll be massive crime. There'll be massive crime because Latin America will be coming up by the droves, an untold number. They're going to bring crime, as well as there'll be no guns, because that's what the majority of California believes. Super liberal state. There will be no guns to protect themselves. And because of that, all the liberals, all the hipsters will eventually start dying off. They'll be poor, they'll be broke, and they'll be killed by illegal immigrants. Well, in their case, they'll probably just become legal for free. I don't know where everybody's legal. And it'll just become a nice communist utopia. They'll have to start rationing food because the overwhelming population, there'll be no jobs, and it will become an actual disaster, and then America will have to build a wall around California to keep the hipsters out. But I kind of hope that California does, because this way the rest of the nation will see this is the liberal utopia, and it's a disaster, and it failed. And then we'll be a conservative nation for hundreds of years to come, because we would have saw the collapse of their communist empire. So that's that with California. It's not going to happen. I hope it does. for the betterment of our future as a country. I want to show you how Trump is making the left absolutely, we all know, Trump is making the left absolutely lose their goddamn mind. They're going crazy. They're burning down cities, burning down cars, having mass hysteria, flip out rages. And this video that I saw, I'm going to play it for you right now. That's liberals right there. That's what that was in a high school in Texas. And this is what kids now are subjected to. They're subjected to liberal outrage in the classroom by teachers, by people that these students should be looking up to, and they see something like this. It's absolutely disgraceful. In Hollywood, it's kind of like they have like a pissing contest on who could be the most leftist liberal in the industry. And Sarah Silverman, she made a tweet saying, "Wake up and join the resistance. Once the military is with us, fascists get overthrown. Mad Kings and his handlers go bye-bye." She's basically calling for a militia against Trump. First off, you already lost because your leftist agenda does not believe in guns, so I don't know what you're going to do. You should be throwing bats at Starbucks and flipping over cars. That's not going to stop Trump at all. First off, he's not a fascist or a king. He was this is what I tweeted in response to that. Listen, Trump wants his citizens of America to have guns. Does that sound like a fascist to you? The ability to give power to the people of a nation that you run, that you were elected in a democratic election to proceed over. He believes in the rights of us to have guns. That is not fascism. Because he knows if the government becomes corrupt and tyrannical, which Sarah Silverman thought, although she's probably pretty much part of the problem, that the people can overthrow the government if it does get to a point like you see in communist nations. But it won't get to that. That won't happen. It's not in the code of conservatism. So this is just more of the left's outrage. I'm trying to figure out if she's just stupid or she's doing this just to raise her liberal stock and to get more liberals to watch her horrible comedy performance. I love how the left likes to point out hypocrisy in the right. Example, there's a tweet. In today's episode of Massive Hypocrisy, hashtag March for Life, hashtag Muslim ban. And this was a response to one of my tweets. And it shows, a fetus. Every life is precious. And then a dying kid, not my problem. In response to conservatives not wanting refugees to come over into America because, you want to figure out proper vetting as well as create safe zones overseas for them to go to instead. This is not the same. Every life is precious. We conservatives that are pro-life don't believe that you should just kill a baby for your own convenience because it's more convenient to you. But when it comes to a kid dying overseas in Syria, we are supporting a fix to the problem. We do support the creation of safe zones for these people to go to where they can be safe. We do support at least a small amount of refugees to either come here or to go to the surrounding countries that can provide for them. But a lot of the surrounding countries are declining them. Why? It's because radical Islamic extremists are using this to come into these countries. And they're using it, and then they're going to harm our people. And then the next shot you're going to see is a dead kid on the floor. Similar to what happened in the Boston bombings. I just saw that movie Patriots Day on it, and there was a 8-year-old kid who got killed because of the bombers. Do you want that to happen in your own country? Or do you want to keep the problem overseas and fix the problem over there instead of bringing the problem to us? Simple as that. It's not that we want kids to die, it's that we want them to live, not at the expense of more kids dying. And Onision, YouTuber, he tweeted out this, hashtag all lives matter, so don't restrict entry to our country based on the country people come from, practice what you preach. And I tweeted back, all lives matter, but Trump is putting America first like he should. And someone else responded to that saying, except people with American passports are getting detained as well. What happened to their America? Listen, if they're coming in with their green cards or their passports from these countries, I agree, Trump did this in a horrible way with how he initiated his order, but they're gonna get in. They're gonna get into the country. They might have to wait. They're not gonna get, if they have a passport, if they're a citizen, they'll eventually get in. They'll go through a vetting process and they'll eventually get in. So, I don't know what you have to say there. But back to the pissing contest that Hollywood likes to create, who could be the more leftist liberal. This is what Ashton Kutcher.
Fellow SAG-AFTRA members and everyone at home and everyone in airports that belong in my America.
Everybody's like trained seals, just clapping.
You are a part of the fabric of who we are, and we love you and we welcome you.
Breaking news, Ashton Kutcher just said that he's gonna allow migrants to stay in all the houses that he owns that he's not using, so his beachfront resort property, he said he's gonna let 50 refugees stay there. Oh wait, he didn't? Alright, so yeah. So he wants to invite people into his America, but won't invite people into his home. See the hypocrisy in that at all? Ashton Kutcher, it's also our country, and it's a country of laws, and it's a country that we want to keep safe. You not understand that? If you want to be this noble, good guy, you should have these refugees stay with you and help them get on their feet, if you're that good of a person. And if you do that, I'll respect you for doing that. But don't preach to create a problem for the rest of your country. You understand that? But someone who went totally off the wall, balls off the wall, is David Harbour. He's a director from Stranger Things. I don't even want to play the clip. I'll play it as I talk, because he goes off. He pulls out a whole piece of paper. He wrote this up.
Stranger Things, but this award from you,
Listen
who take your craft seriously and earnestly believe, like me, that great acting can change the world, is a call to arms from our fellow craftsmen and women to go deeper and through.
All right, he's going off. He goes off on a tyrant, talking about how much of a leftist he is, and I did some research on him. I found his net worth is $4 million. Which, don't get me wrong, is a lot, but in the Hollywood industry, $4 million is pennies. The people that get that in 3 episodes, or sometimes an episode and a half on shows. And I believe that these leftists, they do this because they want to get more work. You see what he did here? He just came out as a profound leftist of human rights, and he's going to sell his next season, of course. Before Stranger Things, his life, his career wasn't that great. He had very small roles in other shows, so he wasn't really that big of a guy until Stranger Things. And now that he is, he's taking his chance. I'm finally on stage. I'm gonna prove myself on how leftist I am and liberal I am, so he can get more jobs. That's how the industry works. If someone went up there in support of Trump, they'll be castrated out of Hollywood, gone. If someone goes out there, talks about their support for Hillary Clinton and the refugees and poor people and black people, they'll get every single job in the book. It's game over. It's like they're stupid. They are stupid, but they're smart at the same time. But stupider. They're stupider. So Refinery29 posted this video 3 months ago, called "If You're Scared of Islam, Meet a Muslim." And I'm gonna play a small.
The Bay Area.
I'm a foodie.
I'm the older brother.
Yeah, ow, yeah.
I'm a pediatrician.
I am a human. I am a mom.
I'm a Muslim.
I like to call myself the naughty Muslim.
What I've always liked about being a Muslim is that
There are so many variations of it.
We're Ismaili Muslims.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah? Do you want to? Oh, good. Hi.
You got that right.
I'm a musician, poet, and I'm Muslim. Yay, surprise!
We are all much more than just one label.
I actually really love Christmas movies.
I'm married to a man and I drink.
I like going on hikes.
Married to a man and he drinks. If he went to the Islamic world and Muslim countries, he will be killed.
Bad religion.
Societies create their own monsters. It's the fear of the unknown.
Islam is to Al-Qaeda or ISIS as Christianity is to the KKK. We are not...
All right. So he's comparing ISIS to the KKK. Islam is to ISIS as Christianity is to the KKK. Wrong. Because the KKK was founded out of hatred for minorities, black people in particular, even Catholics and Jews. They were founded by the Confederate Army in their hatred for black people and minorities. That's what it is rooted in. It's not rooted in religion. That's the difference. ISIS is rooted in religion. And I pulled up how many active KKK members there are, and it's 5,000 to 8,000 active KKK members, and they don't go on murdering sprees. I looked up estimated ISIS fighter numbers, and it goes up to over 200,000. You see a big difference there, and they're active, and they're working to destroy Western civilization actively. And that's not even including the millions upon millions of Muslims who support ISIS and that also support Sharia law. So it's widespread. I know there are good Muslims out there. I know there are people who are Muslim and they see Islam and they take out all the bad stuff and they go with the good stuff as if everyone should. But at the end of the day, it's treated like a death cult, Islam. And I'm going to pull up this clip. I'm sure a lot of you probably seen it, but I took this one clip out from here where it's a crowd of Muslims who do not see themselves as radicals at all, but this is what they support.
Everyone agree. Everyone agree. Brothers and sisters. SubhanAllah. So it's not just these radical sheikhs then. Allahu Akbar. Next question. How many of you agree that the punishments described in the Quran and the Sunnah, whether it is death, whether it is stoning for adultery, whatever it is, if it is from Allah and His Messenger, that is the best punishment ever possible for humankind. And that is what we should apply in the world. Who agrees with that? Allahu Akbar. Are you all...
There's probably a crowd of 100 to 300 people, and they all believe that the Sharia law should be applied to the rest of the world. That's stoning for adulterers. It's so primitive. But yet this is the root of their beliefs, and this is what they believe on a worldwide spread. Just because you cherry-picked some westernized American Muslims doesn't mean that every Muslim in the world is like that. Those are just westernized, Americanized Muslims. That's how they should be. That's how everything should be. But the root of it, when you go overseas, when you go to these Islamic countries, even many that are also living in America, that come from there, this is their belief system. It's a very dangerous ideology. And the only way to fight that is for the good Muslims to come out and accept that and be straightforward. Yes, there are a lot of bad Muslims over there, but they cannot deny that they're following their religion. To them, you're not a Muslim. If you're living in Western civilization and you're not beating your wife, you're not a real Muslim to them. So there needs to be, someone needs to draw the line somewhere. It needs to be like Christianity, where they have a hierarchy structure of the church. They need that. There needs to be some kind of rift to separate. There's no separation. You're all Muslims, and there's a large group, millions upon millions that believe in this, and millions upon millions that believe in this. This is a dangerous ideology, and you just ignore the dangerous ideology part. Something needs to be done to fix that, and nothing is being done. But as this is nearing to an end, this podcast. GQ used to be a fashion site. Now it's just anti-Trump propaganda. And they did this video. It was kind of nice. Kind of funny. They were kind of making fun of Trump and the way he's dressed. Just pull up a screenshot of the first shot. And I'm going to skip to the part at the end. Where they show the before and after. They fix up everything he wears and everything. They make him look more presidential. This is what they put. Now this is an improvement. But, it goes, he may look a lot better, but it's too bad we can't change the... And it lists misogyny, racism, homophobia, class warfare, Islamophobia, corruption, lies, bad tweets. And they scroll through a list too fast. You're a men's fashion magazine. Stop preaching your political agenda about Trump when you're wrong on every single turn. You have Keith Olbermann, I believe that's his name, who's just a radical leftist, who if Trump tweets anything, he goes on a tirade about. That guy is a piece of work, and I'll do more videos about him soon. Because he every day, he's like the spokesman for GQ, and every single day he's just anti-Trump. There's no intellectual honesty. There's no honesty in it. It's like you can say, I like this person, and this is what I like what he does, and this is what I don't like what he does. It's just constant no. Even when the hypocrisy goes, example, when Obama and other presidents restricted refugee access from countries, the left doesn't say anything. But when Trump does it, that's when they go on a tirade. Be consistent. If you don't like that Trump's doing it, you shouldn't have liked it when Obama was doing it. Be consistent. Be intellectually honest. Just be honest. Mike posted this about 5 months ago, another super liberal leftist Facebook page. And they were trying to like show you like Mexican people that come to America, they were good. I'm just gonna play the video for you. Basically talking about how when Mexican military came over the border into America, they try to make it start up to seem like an evil thing, a bad thing. Oh no, Mexican people came, soldiers came, but oh no, wait, they came to just feed people, the victims of Hurricane Katrina. How nice. They sent 5,000 troops. That is nice. Like, it's very noble. And they delivered food. Like, I respect that. That's a great thing that they stepped up to help. I'm going to skip to the end. And it ends saying, when Mexico sends their people across the border, history shows they've sent their best and their bravest. One time you send 5,000 troops over here, and now that cancels out everything bad that was sent from Mexico. Listen, the Mexican government sent these people here. It was a great thing, and I appreciate that. As a nation that had to deal with a hard time. That's great, but you just can't ignore the fact. I pulled this up. There were over 30,000 criminal aliens that ICE released back on the streets in 2014, garnered more than 80,000 convictions. These included 250 homicides, 186 kidnappings, 373 assaults, 13,000 convictions for driving under influence, 1,500 for weapons, 1,000 for aggravated assaults, 56 arsons, and 31 smuggling offenses. So in 1 year, there was over 30,000 criminal aliens in 2014 that convicted 80,000 crimes responsible for killings, sexual assaults, and driving under the influence. So in 1 year, so let's say, in 2015, they sent 5,000 good people. In 2014, there's 30,000 bad people. That's just 1 year. Like, do you not see that? That there's an overwhelming majority of bad criminal illegal aliens coming into this country. And just because one time Mexico sent soldiers and troops into this country, no, they're sending their best. Yeah, no, that was only 12 years ago. Yeah, no, you could send all the criminals and illegals. No, yeah, come on. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't make any sense at all. Just think about that point for a second. And that's about all the stories I have for today. There's so much going on in the news with this Trump travel ban, and I don't even want to preach to you guys because you guys probably already know this conservative podcast. You already know it's not a Muslim ban. I know you guys know that. I know it's just being misconstrued by the left, and yeah, that's about everything I have. So follow me on Twitter at Joey Salads. Send me some news stories that you want me to talk about. Even send me some questions. I'll start answering some questions from Twitter. And yeah, that's about it. Please drop this video a like. Subscribe for more of these podcasts. And I'm Joseph Saladino, and thank you for watching.